All right. Okay, we're back. Hello and welcome to Confessions of today's episode concerning these confessions. I don't know, I just feel like I need to confess. The Bible says confess your faults one to another, so that you may be forgiven. Um these confessions are not dark confessions though. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of the darkness. I'm trying to go towards the light. So this is more of some lighthearted confessions that I don't even know why I'm doing this, but it feels like what I need to do right now. And this is fun. Okay, so today's episode is going to be about enough with the extra dialogue. Confessions of a thrifty shopaholic. Oh my goodness. I found out that I had a shopping addiction. I am a shopaholic, but look, I don't have Beyonce's money. I don't have Nicki Minaj's money. I have my money and maybe a couple other people's money. Whatever money I get. All right. So in turn, sometimes I'm bored or sometimes I get creative or sometimes I just want to do something. Everybody have their niche, you know. And I don't know, I don't really like to go out as much as I used to. So then in order to entertain myself or to keep myself feeling spunky, I go shopping. And sometimes I have to go shopping. Okay, you need toiletries. I have children, so I need toiletries, lots of them. You need food, you need all that. But besides that, I just have this niche for shopping when I'm feeling like, I had a bad day or I want to feel good. I go shopping. And where do I go? I go to the thrift store and I go to the 99-cent store. I go to different little outlets, but they are all inexpensive. Lord, let me tell you, when I found out about this thrift store out here where I live, they don't have it in my hometown. When I found out about it, girl, it like to blew my mind because it's a thrift store, but some of the clothes in there are fairly new. And some of them still have tags if you catch it on the right day. Oh my goodness. And it's not a thrift store where the stuff costs the same as the stuff that you can buy from a store brand new. I mean, this is really a thrift store. Like Thursday's $2, Friday 175, Saturday 150. I mean, this is legit thrifting. And no one knows it but me. Is that baby face? No one really knows it but me unless I tell them. Sometimes I'll tell them. But nevertheless, I found out that it was an addiction. So, the reason I found out, my grandmother called me one day. She probably doesn't even remember, and she was like, what you finna go do? You finna go shopping?" And I was so stressed out in my mind before she called, and I was definitely about to go shopping. But I needed I can remember because I needed dish detergent, washing powder, and some supplies for the house. But when she said you finna go shopping, it made me feel like she think that's all I do in my I about to say my damn life. She think that's all I do in my life. So I was like, oh, miracle, because the miracle kicked in that time. Listen, you have a shopping addiction. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Um, but obviously everyone else knows it. But see, this is the thing. When I go shopping, I make sure that I don't go like sometimes I'll go in there blindly and just start putting stuff in the basket. When I was younger. But now I sometimes I still will go in there and put stuff in the basket. But right before I get to the register, I'll be like, you know what? I need to count this. And now I'm not easily embarrassed because I used to get to the counter and know it's too much. You ever had that feeling like you get to the counter and there should be like one something and like, wait a minute. All I got is one something. It's like, dang, just go get it because it's people behind you and you don't want to be putting stuff back because you don't know what to put back. I'm like, what do I put back? But now if I get to that register or if I get to the register, I said if I get to rest, I'll get to rest. But now before I get to rest, I count it. If I get to rest, it's still too much. I start saying some gotta go, because I try to keep it to a minimum now. And I can even go overboard in the thrift store. Like I used to go overboard in the thrift store, because $2 is it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have children and yourself, it's a lot because everybody needs something, and they got shoes in there. Girl, I be on point. And it's good for me because I'm on a budget at this time. I'm financially restrained, child. Financially restricted. I said, Jesus, pour out the heavens and let the blessings fall, or pour out the blessings from heaven, cause I need it all. Whatever. But I do that, and I realized that it was an addiction, and it was because I normally only do it. Um, like sometimes I may need a pair of pants. Okay, I need some pants, or it's just summertime. I need some shorts, or I need some pajamas. So and I walk in my pajamas. I'm one of those people who you might think is perceived to be weird because I walk around in my pajamas during the daytime. Sometimes at night too. But I think I make my pajamas look like an outfit. Like I really do. Like I don't know why, but I guess a lot of people do it. But they are so comfortable because I thought, like, I just get tired of wearing like fitted clothes sometimes. They don't have to be excruciatingly tight, but fitted. I like a loose. I like to be loose. Loose as a goose. Don't get me started. Two shots of Patron now in the party. No, but I like to feel comfortable. It's not even a loose thing. It's feeling comfortable, but still feel beautiful or sexy. And sometimes I just be like, I really don't care how I look. I don't care what I look like, but I feel good. Better than amazing, better than I could. Told the whole world I'm the venom and the antidote. Take it to take a different type of girl to keep the whole world afloat. A little crazy, a little sexy, a little cool. That's too much saying. But yeah, so when I get freaked out, I'm panicking, or I feel like I just want to feel good, I will go to the store and go shopping. This is how I know that it's an addiction and that it's just a shopaholic thing. Because I will go shopping, buy the stuff I say I want or need or desire, and then I would just put it all away. Like that's when you know. That's when you know. It's like you just buy it and you put it all away, and you're looking at your money like, what did I buy? And even though it probably wasn't but $20, $25, you're like, what did I buy for $25? And then sometimes I go in there in my closet or in my belongings, and I'm like, when did I get this? And the kids have to say, well, Ma, you bought it the other day, or I had to remind myself, self check, you bought that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have nowhere to really wear this. I'm talking good looking stuff. You know what I mean? Nowhere to wear. And then I'm like, okay, well, the next thing I need to do is find me a date, of course, because I got this outfit I've been waiting to bust or something to do. So, but I knew it was an addiction because I would buy these things and then I would put them away until I need them. Now, if it's cleaning supplies, I will buy them too, but I would normally use them like maybe a week later because I don't just. Once I go shopping, I feel like I've done a lot. I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted. That's how you know the addiction. It's just like, I'm exhausted. I did what I needed to do. It's just a little. Once you get it, you're like, I do it again another time. And so like within a week, I probably if it's cleaning, I do my cleaning stuff. If it's something creative like something to put around the house, decorations, now that I might do that right away because that's not so much of an addiction. It's more of a therapy when I'm buying things that I want to create. That's my therapy. Like creating is my therapy. But the addiction of the shopping is I go buy these things and I put them up. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I perceive that I'm going to wear it somewhere. Then I forget that I don't have anywhere to wear these things. So then, like, I just want to go out so that I can wear these things. And they're not like over the top, Dolce and Gabbana. It's not all that, but it's like, it's simple stuff. But it's like, I forget that I'm probably not going to go anywhere but around the corner to the grocery store, take my kid. Like, I do go out, like, I might go to the karaoke bar, something like that. But I'm not a person who goes out all the time. So I don't need like, a buckload of clothes. You know how they do like I wear one outfit once. Like no, I wear it. I wear it multiple times, but I forget that I don't have anywhere to wear these things. And some of the stuff that I buy, I forget I'm not going to use it right away. That's when I realized that it was an addiction. But the kicker is it's a retail addiction. It's like a thrifty addiction. It's not even like an addiction to where I gotta buy everything that look nice. Like, oh, this looks so cute. I'm be so cute and wear. It's just like I'm bored. I want a new image. I want new clothes, or I want to feel comfortable, or the clothes I have, or whatever. And then I go and buy it. The only time that I know I'm not being addictive with my shoplifting is when I'm purchasing some creative stuff, or maybe toiletries, because you can't be addicted to buying toilet paper and toothpaste. That's just a necessity. You hear? But when I'm buying things that are creative to my house, then I know I'm not being addictive. It's being therapeutic. So I had to come to the grips of that. My bank account had to come to the grips of that. My pockets had to come to the grips of that. And my mind had to come to the grips with that. Now I don't do it to impress anybody, and I don't do it to um, esteem myself or to build my esteem up. I only do it because I'm like, you just have those things that you want to do. Like sometimes I'll read a book. Sometimes I'll go walking at the park, but then there's those times that being at the park is like, this is kind of boring. I've been at the park all day, sitting, you know, enjoying the ocean or enjoying the view or swinging on the swings, whatever. But I want something for me, and the only thing for me, and it's more like going shopping, and it's like the creative energy that it gives me. Let me say it that way. It gives me a creative energy too. But then I don't the things that I purchase for the creative energy I don't use. It just gives me that creative energy. I use it somewhere else. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, even though I have that addictive type of functioning within myself, I know that it leads me to my creative spot. I didn't even think about that. So ultimately, even if I buy it and don't use it, and I look later and I'm like, when did I get this? It it's almost like once I do it, I have purchased my creativity. Put it that way. I purchased my creativity. You can't buy creativity, can you? People are supposed to buy your creativity. How can you buy creativity? Let me not say it like that. I invest. I invest in my creativity because I need to. And different things activate people's creativity. That's what activates mine. But there's also a plus side to it. So the plus side is when it's time for me to do something spontaneous, I have everything that I need right there. It's like boom. Like some people, like I'm gonna go out tonight. They would have to go and purchase something, but I have everything lined up. I'm snapping in the background like I just figured something out. But I have everything lined up. It's like, okay, remember you went to, and I can go in there and I'm like, oh, I got everything right. It's like I'm preparing myself for something. I just don't know what I'm preparing myself for. So in this addictive pattern that I have obtained, it's like I know that this is going to be used, just not today. And like some people could argue, why you won't wait till, like I had a relationship where the person was like, why you won't wait till you finna use it to buy it? I'm like, because when the time come, if I spend too much time trying to look for that thing, I'm not going to enjoy going to the place or using the thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm using my time to invest in something that I need to already have so that I can then kind of build off of the investment. If you're spending so much time investing in it, by the time it come to present it or build on it, it's like I can't. I use all my time to invest in it. So I like, in my mind, I'm figuring out that it's a strategy to it. It really, this is my defense or my excuse. I'm not defensive. This is my reasoning. There's a method to my madness. So I figure I figure if I invest in it now, when I need it later, it'll be there. And I'll be like, I made a great investment. That was a wise decision. Now, the backlash is maybe having to put the money back or maybe working on financial development, financial understanding. That's the backlash because I'm investing in myself ultimately, but it's costing me financially. But nevertheless, when it's time to enjoy myself, I have already invested enough in myself that I could just go to the closet and go, boing. And the good thing about it is some of the stuff I haven't worn yet. Like even lingerie, I haven't even worn. And I looked in the closet the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, these underwear from a year, they're still hanging. You get the little, and I didn't even get them from Walmart. I got them from, wait, did I get it from Walmart? I don't think I did. Did I get it from a lingerie store? Wherever I got it from is still hanging like how it come in the pack. And I kid you not, it was a year, maybe 2 years ago. But I think it probably was a year ago. Let's not exaggerate. But it's so fresh and I ain't touch it. I'm like, it's so sexy. I don't know what to do with it. And sometimes I just like to look at it because also you have to realize like some people that get like that. Well, I can't speak for all people, but my reasoning that I have become that way is because I grew up where I couldn't afford to get the things I wanted and desired. Not even from a thrift store. Where we were from, there was no thrift store that you could just go to and purchase little things that look cute and some things that were still new, and even brand new items you couldn't purchase because I wasn't an only child, and everybody had responsibilities. My mother had responsibilities, my stepfather, my dad, parents, everybody had responsibilities. So they couldn't cater to me and what I desired. And then I was like one of those people who didn't always say, "Can you buy me this? Can you?" I didn't say that because I'm knowing your pockets is like, you know what I mean. I don't want to make you dig in your pocket just to pull out nothing, So I didn't vocally express that I wanted new shoes or needed to look good or feel good or none of that. So when I ultimately can go in my closet or in my living room or in my car, wherever I can go and I see these things, it's a feeling of accomplishment. Not in a materialistic way, but in a way that says you waited a long time to get to this moment where you can actually be able to choose between multiple clothes. Because there was a time when I only had like two pair of pants that I could wear. And it hurt my feelings, but I wore them pants. And the most beautiful thing about it is I'm still that humble person. So I don't get the clothes and look at them like I'm gonna bust these because you know how they be like, oh, Boosie said, I never had shit so flashy. You know what I mean? Like I like that. And sometimes I might get like that. I might be like, I never had it so flashy today. But it'll be one day. The next 2 days I go back to my pajamas like like, oh my gosh. I go back to my pajamas like it's that thing. But nevertheless, it's a different feeling of knowing that you never had till you get to the point where you can have something, even if it's not more than enough, it's something. And it creates a gratefulness and a humility and an understanding that sometimes you do have to wait, you know. But the beauty of waiting is that once you get it, you're not overly indulged in it. You're not overly um what's the word? Overly, I don't know, overly obsessed with it. I'm not overly obsessed with the stuff that I purchase. Like I even give some of my things away, especially stuff that I know I've been looking at for a long time. I'm like, I might as well donate this or give it to somebody who probably can use it. And I'm fair like that. Like I'm not. It's not like, oh, I got a lot, you can get it. It's not that type of thing. It's about looking at me saying I'm not even, and it's not expensive stuff. Wait a minute, because it's not like I'm just like, oh, I got the best shoes. You might as well get them because I'm up for it. And some of the stuff that I give away, like I never know if I'm gonna get anything else. But I know that I'm not using it. And I know that the Bible says God blesses you to be a blessing. So like when you having like those shopaholic moments, even if it's at the thrift store, sometimes you be collecting stuff for other people along the way and don't even know until the time come. Because I say it be up in there and I never know when I'm using it. Then the time come for me to use it. And sometimes it's just to give to somebody else. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm not hell bent on just keeping it all to myself or just like, hey, look what I got. Or, I don't do that. I just, it is what it is. And I'm so done. It is what it is. But I learned that it was a coping mechanism and it also was um, something that just helped me shake me a little bit because sometimes I can get into modes where I just don't do nothing. Like, who cares? Life is a highway. I'm gonna ride all night long. Every hill going my way. I'm gonna ride all night long. Now, what really makes me happy about this little addictive trait that I picked up, don't know where I got it from. My mother used to buy a lot of stuff too, though. Not a lot of stuff, but I say like my mother took care of herself too a lot and made sure that she, like, whatever she could afford for everybody and then, like, have something to herself on the side. So I might get it from her, but I won't say she was a full head on shopaholic because I didn't never see her come all the time, but I know she liked to keep her hair did like little, little stuff. As a woman, that's just what we like. But I don't know where it came from, but the most profound thing about it is that moment when you bought something and you see it like 2 weeks later out of nowhere and you're like looking for something and all of a sudden it's right there. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot I bought this. And you just ecstatic. You're like, I knew I was gonna need this. And you just like, I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to do nothing. Those moments are beautiful. But so I guess sometimes it has its benefits because I know people talk about shopaholics all the time. Like, oh my gosh, you're a shopaholic, you're materialistic, whatever. I'm not the materialistic type because I don't look at the price of it as it has more value. Uh, and yeah, I read, my worth is not determined by the price of my clothes. No matter where I'm going, I will always be the India I read. It's not determined by my worth not determined by the price of my clothes. So I don't really look at the price of it as if that's going to make me better. I just look at the experience that it gives me. Like I see a nice pair of pants and it's like decked out. And sometimes I would get the clothes and use them for like artistic reasons around my house. Like I'll take the shirt and cut it up. Because I'm a creative. I'm a creative junkie. Like I'll get stuff that people would probably think has no value or no worth and then make something out of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got that for what? $1? $1. I got $2. I got $2. Like alfalfa, I got $2. So, but when people see me, they don't know that. So they look at me like, oh my gosh. And, yada yada yada. And I don't be knowing what to say to them because but nobody really asked me how much it costs or where I get it from. But if they were to ask me, I would totally tell them. And then I think back to my childhood. I forgot when I was a little younger, I used to always go to Dollar Mania. Dollar Mania, shout out to Dollar Mania. I would go to Dollar Mania. They had these big bedangle bracelets for $1. You think I didn't go in there and get like 10 of them at a time for no reason? Colorful. Let me tell you what the joke is. The joke is we wore a uniform. So they mean khaki and blue. Or khaki or khaki navy and khaki. Was it khaki and navy and khaki and yellow? I don't remember what the other color was. Was it blue and yellow? Black and yellow, wherever it was. So I'm buying these big old petangles, but they really have like I'm not finna wear it with nothing else but my uniform. And I go to school in my uniform and big country earrings, girl, that you could put your whole arm through there. But because it was a dot, so I probably been had that type of behavior. I'm sorry, I forgot I've been like that. Oh gosh, but it was always $1. It wasn't so expensive. People like, where you got that from? How much do I was like? I got it from Dollar Maine for $1. Like how? We go there all the time, but people, it's a hair store, so people go in there looking for hair. But I'm like I said, I'm artistic, I'm creative, so I have a different type of eyesight. So when I see something, I'm like, whoa, what's that? And so I would get them, and they would be colorful. I mean, they probably wouldn't even match the uniform, but they weren't too far from me because it's a uniform. It just highlighted the uniform. But I wasn't gonna go in there and get an all navy and an all khaki. That would have been presentable. It would have made sense. But I'm like so out there. I'm like I'm finna get, you know. I one time I had a fake Louis. I guess it was made like Louis Vuitton, and I didn't even know it was somebody who in the classroom who was actually fashionable. They were like, "This Louis Vuitton." I'm like, what the freak is Louis Vuitton?" I didn't know who Louis Vuitton was. And if you see it wrote out, it looked like Louis Vuitton. But they was like, "Is that Louis Vuitton?" I'm like, "I don't know. I guess it might be. It's I might be." No, but I was like, "No, this came from Dollar Baby." But they liked it, and I think I gave it to them. People used to ask me like, "Can I get that bracelet? Can I get those earrings?" But they're teenagers, but they went out, so they probably wore with a better looking outfit. I just wore my like this is how shopaholic I am. I just wear with nothing. I got on a uniform wear. I'm knowing I'm not going nowhere, but I like how it look. I like how it feels on my body. It feels like doing something with my life. It feels like I'm making a fashion statement. Tacky. I don't want to say it was tacky, but it was a different type of fashion. And I'm a creative person, so when you see me, you're gonna see creativity. What other people who don't know creativity may see tacky. Like, what is you doing? Because it's not, like I said, it wasn't Louis Vuitton, but it's similar. It was a knockoff Louis Vuitton. I'm not like, look, I'm not a knockoff. Tell them knock it off. Doesn't even matter. Uh, no, I'm not a knockoff, but I just can afford what I can afford. But all in all, it has I accept that I had that type of personality trait, and I also accept the meaning behind it. And I don't feel bad. I don't think I'm going to actually. I have toned it down, like I said, before I get to the register now. I check to make sure, and sometimes I make sure that I really need the thing, really want it before I go out there and just be shopping to be shopping. Cause girl, I had to learn about that financial growth, and financial awareness, cause that's how financial obtaining, honoring my finances because they matter, even though I'm gonna shop till I drop. And I shop till I drop with $20. I'm like, damn, I spent the whole $20. And then the worst thing about being a shopaholic is after you have done your shopping on the things you wanted, needed, or desired, immediately after something else come up, and it might be something so much more important than what you purchased. And you like, oh my goodness, guys, you could have told me this before I went and did what I did. Then you start feeling bad, like, dang. And then you just be like, you know what? It probably was meant to be. It probably just was meant to be either to teach me a lesson or it just was meant to be. But, all in all, you're like, well, at least I get to enjoy the stuff I did get. I probably can't take care of this situation over here, but I got some stuff over here. And sometimes you can look at it like this the other situation that messed up was going to happen anyway. Whether you purchase what you purchase or not, but now you invested in something that probably can help you out. Now you can go, you know, wear this uniform or whatever you purchase to a job interview to take care of this other situation or go look good for somebody so they can help you out. I don't know. But all in all, it just showed me um my traits, and I understand why I do it. Um, and I mean, I just love shopping. Some people just love shopping. It's not even an addiction. It's not even to get away from them. Some people just love shopping, and you gotta think when you're going shopping, you're meeting people. Sometimes that's the only way to meet people is going out, and everybody doesn't. Like I said, I don't always go to the club and all that. So then people choose shopping as a way of getting out of the house and relieving stress. So it's so many things that it can be, but these are my confessions. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say. I was listening to that song the other day on the radio before I even thought of this, but when I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, I got a whole bunch of confessions, and I just get, but I'm like, these are my confessions. That's what I thought I said all I could say, just loud or whatever. And I was like, I do got a lot of confessions to tell or whatever, but I didn't think that it would. This just happened all of a sudden, just. Whew, just gotta get some stuff off your chest, honey, so you can breathe. You ever feel like your chest is heavy from holding on to so much information, but you're like, if I tell it the wrong way, it's gonna be perceived in a way that you don't want. Like I don't want this to be perceived in a way of bashing anybody, not even myself. I'm trying to empower myself, but the best way to empower yourself is to just let it go. I mean, what confession falls one to another, Lord. Just let it go. Lig. Like I said, I don't want to know dark confessions. Everybody got dark confessions. I'm gonna talk to the priest. You go talk to the priest about that, the high priest, or go talk to God about that. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. I hope nobody don't get upset. But go talk to God about it. I just this is just the lightheartedness that I want to present because I'm feeling better about it now. If I was to talk about this stuff back in the day, I probably would break out crying like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so reckless with my money," and I sit up there about some stuff that I ain't gonna even use, and now this over here, I need some gas. I need some gas. Now I need some damn gas. I spent $20 on stuff that don't matter. Now I need some gas. But that's how it would have been back in the day. But I'm actually glad that these confessions are coming out at a time when I'm more developed to understand what I am saying, how I'm saying it, and the fact that I'm more developed in the situation. Because sometimes you can't talk about stuff until you understand it's happened. Drake said, "As it happened to me, I begin to write the thesis." So this is stuff that I've learned on this tedious journey. I remember Pastor said, TDJ, it was TDJ, he said, the reason God ain't blessed you financially is because he can't trust you with the money you got. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to shape up and realize that God has given me enough money. And if I want more money from him, he needs to trust me with this. Trust that I can handle my responsibilities, not be reckless and still be able to give and, pay your tithes however you do so. And, all that. And also, the Bible says if you're faithful over few, God will make you ruler over many. So I was faithful over my few dollars. I went right down to the thrift store. I was like, shoot, let me be faithful about this tissue faithfully. About this stuff I need faithfully. And then when he really blessed me, we'll be using, do they have advanced toilet paper? What if they make advanced toilet paper? No, but seriously, though, it's been times when, you have to be able to afford what you can afford and be grateful for it because even though I'm going to a thrift store now, I'm going to go ahead and claim it. I'm going to be going to, I used to always want to go. They used to always talk about Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. They used to be supposed to be some type of high spot. Like it wasn't always Dolce and Gabbana and Louis Vuitton and all of those high name fashions. It used to be Rodeo. Well, the TV shows I watched, I always talked about Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. I want to go there and I want to be able to shop that. But I'm so in the mindset of this realizing finances that I was telling God, like, God, if you do or when you do bless me financially, I still don't think that I'm gonna go to these big old stores and buy no shirt for $500. Like you gotta think, if you was making it out for buying your shirts for two, even $10, $15, when you actually can get money, you think you want to spend $500 on a shirt? Like sometimes these things happen for you to realize. Like when I bless you with this money, I'm gonna remind, because it's like he said, I'm not gonna remove that thorn from your side, because my grace is sufficient. I'm not gonna let you forget your humble beginnings, because when I bless you, I want you to stay like that. I want to bless you with a lot of money, and then you become the type of shopaholic that say, I'm gonna spend $500 on shirt, because that's when you get the big head. This shirt costs $500. Who gives a freak that it costs $500? Like, because I remember, okay, now this. You know, I did the confession of a love whore. But anyway, recently I met this guy. He was whatever, nice, but he was talking about his money so much he irritated me. You ever heard somebody talking about their money? And I'm thinking like, God, have I ever done this before to anybody? I'm so apologetic because you got to think. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm so apologetic if I ever did. I don't think I really do it, but I don't mind sharing my money. But people look at if I share my money, then I'm like bragging, or people get the wrong perception about me. This is the reason for my confessions. If I share my money, I'm not bragging. I'm sharing it because I care about you and I love you, because I know God is watching me. And if I be stingy with my money, He gonna be stingy with His blessings towards me. Let that be known first. But this guy was just like, I got this and I got that and do do do. And I'm telling you, when I looked at him, I didn't even know. It was like, I didn't want to know. I wasn't thinking about what he had in his pocket or whatever, but he was trying to. I think he took it as an entertainment towards me, or that would make me infatuated with him. I don't know, or that's just how he carried himself. And I had to tell him, I was like, well, dude, I come from nothing, and your hustle and my hustle is different. And I was like, and I'm real humble. And I was like, he was like, I'm humble too. I said, no, you're not. I was like, you real arrogant. I don't like it. I don't like arrogant people. And I know I've been arrogant before, because I'm always let you know it's even around here. I've been arrogant before, but it's only when my attitude is like, fuck you. When my attitude, when I get that fuck you mentality, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And I've learned that I can't be that way even if I'm mad. But when he did it, it was like a whole nother level, because it wasn't even to make me feel small. It wasn't to make me feel no type of way. It was he thought that would make me like him. So he's talking about all this, how much money he spent on this and that. And so I was like, this is so whack. Like, I'm telling you what I said. I was like, well, I just spent $80. I said, it's that brand new tire. I just spent $80 on that since we talking about money. Like, I was like, since we talking about money, I spent $80 on that brand new tire. But I'm looking at it like, I'm actually spending money on stuff that matter. Like, you spending money on stuff that don't matter. So you saying like $500 on a shirt. Tell me you spend $500 on your bill, or your brother bill, or your mama bill. And then I can look at you like, you ain't got to brag, but then I still got to respect the fact that you did it on something that's important. So even though he was talking big numbers, that was the biggest number I could come up with, but it was something important. And it was cool because Nicki Minaj was like on the song, but she said her tires cost $10,000 or $100,000, whatever she said about the tie and how much it cost. It just reminded me of what I had just said to him about my tie and how much it cost. To me, $80 was a lot of money. So yes, you see how much that cost. But I would rather him had done that than anything else. So it's like you just get in those situations, and it's just like, people just don't get it. So that's why I say, even though it feels like right now being a shopaholic, the thrifty shopaholic, or even if you are just a shopaholic overall, like, it's like when God really bless you, or say you're not a shopaholic at all, you probably don't have the money to shop like you want to, but it's like when God, I didn't even know this was going to turn into a message. When God actually bless you, you're going to remember this moment and say, I don't have to go overspend, because I've been in situations where, and it's so amazing because sometimes you get in those situations where you don't even have to pay nothing and God still provide. It ain't nothing but His grace. And I've been talking about that a lot. He been showing me that a lot. How much grace you got? A lot. I'm sorry. How much grace you got? A lot. How sufficient is it? A lot. How sufficient is it? A lot. But you get in a situation where you don't have to spend nothing, you don't have to do nothing. God just provides it. So He's like, I'm gonna provide this for you. But then when I actually bless you, see, it's the difference between Him providing for you and blessing for you. Let me tell you, Him providing for you, it's Him making sure, like, He cover your bill, or He get somebody to help you with it, or the bill just you can get an extension on it, or why am I saying bills, or whatever, something like that. But Him blessing you is Him blessing you with the money to pay it yourself. But if He provide for you, that means you ain't got to do nothing. I'm gonna take care of it. Sit over in the corner and look pretty. My grace is sufficient. But when He bless you, He's like, here, now you can do what you want to do. But remember this: when I provided for you, it didn't cost you nothing. But this blessing, you could go spend it how you want to spend it. But what I'm saying is, me providing for you didn't cost you nothing. So if you go spend all your blessing and start paying for stuff that cost, that'll be you disposing of your own blessing. You hear me? That'll be you disposing of your own blessing, because you can just keep it, save it, recycle it, invest in yourself however you want to. But remember, this is your blessing. You can do what you want to do. But remember, when I was your provider, it didn't cost you nothing. See, sometimes I don't know why I'm doing this, Lord. sometimes we forget that what God provide is to take care of us. So then when He bless us, it's just to, I was going to say, to honor us, because we honored Him and He's blessing us in return. But then we take the blessing and just go overboard. Like, that's why, like, when I was young, I wrote a song that said, uh, but when you bless me, Lord, I sometimes get overjoyed. Humble my spirit, Lord. Don't let me go too far. I had nothing in my house. I had nothing. And when Kendrick Lamar came out with that "Be Humble, Sit Down," I was like, "Oh my God, I know he's talking to me." But he set me down in the corner and he reminded me of the song I had about being humble, which was, and this is way before Kendrick. It was but when you bless me, Lord, I sometimes get overjoyed. Humble my spirit. Don't let me go too far. Cause I can go overboard. When God bless me, I'll be like, oh shit, man, we off. I go so overboard, like boom, boom, And I've had those moments where I crashed and burned because I was like, God just bless me. There you go, what you want. You know what I'm saying? God just bless me. Up in the woo. I'll be in the car, like people probably look at me like, what the fuck? But it's because God bless me. It's like it took so long to get this blessing. Be like, when somebody been waiting on the blessing their whole life because they just go you just see them, and it's not in a bad way, it's not in a way to make nobody feel small. It's just like I'm so giddy right now, I'm just so hyped, like can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. That's how I be. Oh, that's how I was. But I learned that you can't do that. So this is when I'm learning. He's like, this just came to me though. If I have provided for you and it cost you nothing, when I bless you, it shouldn't cost you nothing. It shouldn't cost you going out there being reckless and losing the blessing, or cost you having to just give all of your blessing away, or cost you to be acting reckless. It shouldn't cost. Me providing for you didn't cost. My grace don't cost. It's free. So the blessing I'm giving you is free. Meaning you can hold it if you want to. Because sometimes we get blessed by God and we just immediately go out there. It could be time. Maybe He bless you with more time. I don't know, more free time. Like, you don't have to be money, but I'm saying whatever He bless you with, it shouldn't cost you. It shouldn't hurt you. It shouldn't offend nobody, because when He provide for you, nobody's offended. But when He bless you, nobody should be offended either. But it's all in how your character is when He blesses you. When He provided for you, how was your character? You was sitting over there in the corner. As soon as He bless you, you jumped your ass up. Then jump my ass up. Yoo-hoo! But that's what I was realizing as a shopaholic. That's all just came together, because it's like my shopaholic is very thrifty. It's always been thrifty. Even with my passion, it's always been thrifty. This is before I had this is before I had my children, and it just was always thrifty. It just was always thrifty. I never was the type to just go, oh, because I didn't have it. Very humble beginnings, girl. But I'm knowing, like, when God, and it's like when He bless you again and again, remember that thriftiness. Remember that you can shop on a budget just because you have, and that's why sometimes He keeps us on a budget, because He's like, when I bless you, I want you to remember, how much budgeting you had built up inside of you, so you don't go reckless, because you could lose a blessing in a day. You could lose it in a minute. But anyway, um, these are just my confessions to my shopping therapy slash addiction slash creativity. So I don't even know everything I said. I hope it made sense. I do that sometimes. I just go, what it doing about your words, because I'm grateful, grateful, so grateful, just to praise you, Lord, flowing from. All right, so the next time you feel inspired, I'm not gonna say addiction, it could be an inspiration to shop. Next time you feel inspired to shop, just, I won't say go in there and have a ball. Or the next time you feel inspired to shop, just think about the type of inspiration you want from it. That's all I can say. Because inspiration can be negativity. Remember, motivation. Haters, when people, send hatred your way, you could be inspired by that too. So inspiration can be negative or positive. So when you're going shopping as your therapy, think about what type of inspiration you want. If you want a creative, positive inspiration, then balance out your pocket with the shopping. Just simple. And don't be afraid to put stuff away if you were like me. And shop within your means, I guess. But if you want a negative inspiration, just go in there without looking. I could just challenge you to do some like retail thrifty shopping, like, cause it's like I'm not gonna lie, I was supposed to believe, but I'm not gonna lie. I used to go to Walmart a lot. They are so freaking expensive. Target, oh my goodness. I was like, I love Target to death, but come on now, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they are, even their food is expensive. Even their food is expensive. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I go on a good day. But I started learning like Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store. They had the same stuff. It might not be the same size. It's the same stuff for $1. And if you get $5, you can get that one size amount. And these dollar stores have really been showing their behinds with the stuff they got up in there. And you know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. I'm very happy to say I go in there. But I have children, little ones, so I have to get so many of it because I have, my house is not, it's not just me. I have to provide for them too. So it's like they're tied. They have their little dollar tide. The smallest tide in the world. I'm just like, well, you ain't even, this, it should have been 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's so little. One time I was thinking about getting 5 of them just to get a little, just to get some type of size tide. I'm like, oh my freaking goodness, Lord. But they have Fab because they're detergent. They have Fab. I'm talking, no, because my children, no, they be outside running around. Accidents happen. I need something strong with some good scent. So Fab, F-A-B, the most amazing detergent. That Fab used to be $3, and I'm acting like that made a difference. $3, $4 at like Family Dollar, but they have it in the dollar store for $1. So if I see that in there, I get like 2 or 3 just because I know it smells good. The Spring Magic, oh god, or the clean. I think it's Spring Magic and Clean Brush. I don't know, but the Spring Magic, yes, phenomenal. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I used to go to all these other stores and you can go to the dollar store for the same stuff. So even if you have like, that shopping itch, like I gotta go shopping or I need some stuff, like just tone it down a little bit because God is watching you as He see you budget what you got. He can give you more, like, but He's not gonna give a fool $1 million. You know what I mean? And I was a fool. That's why I didn't get my $1 million. But I'm wiser now, Jesus. Give me my it's my millions. But some fools are lucky. But you got to think, they be right back. Like people that be winning jackpot or whatever, it be you be like, what you did with your money? I don't, you don't have nothing to say for what you did with it. At least when you thrift shopping, you can tell people exactly what I know exactly what I bought. But when you go in these big stores, you be like, I don't even know. I got to the register. I had like 5 hours. I got to the register. It was $90. That's how it used to be. But just remember, if it is an inspiration that you seek, make sure it's the right type of inspiration.